This is,
Hey there, it's Ryan Howe with some of Business Guides.
this is ridiculous.
In my opinion, the most ignored, misunderstood, and misinterpreted gauge of employee well-being, team health, and process effectiveness in your business today is
This is so dumb. Why won't they just listen to me?
it's frustrated people in and around your business.
Would you just get on with it already?
You all ready to work on your growth edge? All right, let's climb. Every business has upset stakeholders at times, some more often than others. There are customer complaints, vendors upset about orders, management frustrated because they can't get a purchase order approved, employees annoyed their pay was wrong again, and the CEO frustrated that their teams just can't get it together. There are three methods to deal with these issues. One, you can ignore them. Two, acknowledge there is a problem, but assume they'll work out eventually. Or three, you'll pay attention to what they are trying to tell you. Frustration is an indicator of something missing in your process, as well as one very important piece I'll cover later in the video. As for what's missing, it will be one of the following three things. It's going to be an effective process, resources to execute the process, or training on how to accomplish the process. So, how will you know what's missing from your process? Consistently frustrated stakeholders means you do not have a proper feedback and correction mechanism in your business. So, first things first, you need to figure out how to collect and process feedback effectively. Yeah, note that I said collect and process. So, this part isn't difficult in theory. However, it is exceptionally challenging in practice. Why? Because when you first start, you're going to realize almost all of your processes will have to be redone in some way. And that can be very daunting. You'll have to change how you do everything in some way or form. But you're also asking people to change their behaviors. People, they really don't like change. They start worrying about their jobs, and you may find some people in your business only have a job because your processes aren't very effective. Regardless, the feedback system is absolutely necessary for effective processes within your organization. So, how do you channel stakeholder frustration into something useful? Well, here's the basics. The step one, you want to implement a consistent feedback system. There's some examples. They're going to be customer surveys, customer complaints tracking, business process reviews, business process audits, employee feedback forms, vendor ordering reviews, etc. Anything you can come up with to measure the usefulness of a process step will help. Step two, use feedback to identify the root cause of the issue. A few years ago, the picture on my TV started having issues. The lines weren't as sharp. I mean, come on. You pay for 4K, so I expected 4K clarity. I changed every setting I could. Then one day I noticed the street signs weren't as sharp either. Yeah, I actually needed to update my contact prescription. Then step three, you're going to come up with a solution and make the change. This can be as simple as turning the knob to the left instead of right, or it could be you realize you need an entirely new system, or you need to hire. Whatever it is, make sure it is addressing the root cause of the issue before you make the change. There's a lot involved with making a change. You have new process steps, updated training, and the one part I see most organizations gloss over, recertification. If you do not have records of the individual being retrained and them signing off, how can you hold them accountable to the new process? It's the preferred method for implementing new training. And lastly, step four, you're going to monitor and adjust as needed. It's a new process, which means new feedback. And guess what? You're back to step one. If you have any concerns about how to do this, you're worried about implementation, there's a reason that guides like me exist, and it's what we do here at Summit Business Guides. Feel free to reach out and check us out, link in the description. So that's the basics. Remember, this isn't necessarily difficult, but it is tedious. It needs to be a continual part of your business activities to be effective. People need to know their feedback will be used to make their work-life balance better. Once you get some traction and your team start to see the benefit of their feedback, you'll get greater levels of buy-in and overall satisfaction.
Oh, this is so much better than before.
Feedback is a critical part of business health and process effectiveness.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like working here now.
Once you have a system in place, you'll be able to identify and implement solutions faster and more effectively.
Now this isn't working. Ryan, where'd you put that feedback form?
Anyways, We'll see you next climb.